Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to the final game of Ayr United's 2017-2018 series here in Football Manager 2017. We are in the promotion playoffs for the Ladsbrook Championship. If we were to win this game, we would actually move up to, I guess they kind of changed it here. This is the relegation playoff final. I don't know. From our point of view, it's the promotion playoff final. From Hamilton's point of view, it is the relegation playoff final. If we were, so this is we're already up 2 scores. So as long as we end up positive after this game, if we end up a draw or only drop 1 point, we will be promoted to the Premiership, the Scottish Premiership, and Hamilton will be relegated down to the Championship League. This is incredibly exciting. I'm so happy we're coming into this with such a freaking lead. 2 scores is pretty huge. We're going to be playing this has been renamed to a 4-3-3 wide. I don't know why it keeps renaming this. The game's very confused. I think as I make slight adjustments to the specifics of the roles back here, it's either calling it a 4-3-3 wide or a 4-5-1 wide. I don't know. I guess we're a little bit deeper here. That might be part of it, that it decided to rename things. I have no idea. But in any case, this is what we're going to look at playing, and this is the squad we're going to be bringing here. Energy levels are relatively good. No one lower than a 95, which is nice to see. Sharpness levels are pretty good. 88 is the lowest, but that's Andy Gigan. He's been fantastic for us overall. I mean, you know, his rating's not above 7, but it's pretty darn close. In terms of the rating for the last 5 games, the lowest people would just be Alexis Sauvage, Daryl Magat. Oh, actually, Vincent LeBaron has not been doing well lately, and it could have something to do with the fact that he was working really well maybe when we had the Unganch, and now he's not working quite as well in this particular structure. We'll see. I don't like that Jamie Thomas is coming in here with such weak morale. That's very disappointing. I don't know why that is. He's reacted well to something. I mean, we just praised him, and he reacted well to that. So I don't know why his morale is so low. Hopefully, he'll be able to kick back in here relatively soon. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be an away match. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, if we win this, what a rise. We were predicted last year to come in 10th. Instead, we came in, I think, 3rd. This year, I think we were predicted to come in mid-table. We came in 2nd, and we might, in fact, get promoted. Us and the Hibs. The Hibs are, of course, going to get auto-promoted up here. Joe Lindley is not ready to go. That's okay. We weren't really looking to use him anyway. Match preview. It is raining. Calm, but raining. Very good pitch still. They still have injuries on their side, so that's probably one of the reasons they've done so poorly in their league. And one of the reasons we might be having a slightly easier time over here. We've got a real chance. Let's go. Let's do this. We've got a real chance. Again, all we need to do is not lose by 2. If we lose by 2, we'll go into penalties, and that is probably very scary. But as long as, you know, even losing by 1... we'll be fine, although I'll be having a heart attack the entire time. Hamilton, a slight favorite here. Of course, they are playing at home, so that's not that much of a surprise. Not the best weather for football. How do you think the conditions will affect your performance? You know what? We're Scottish footballers. We don't give a crap. Come on. What is this? What is this? I've never seen this. 4-3-3 narrow. So they're running, I'm going to say they're running 3 strikers. These are not attacking midfielders. These are 3 strikers that they are running. Do we want to adapt this in some fashion? I have to say, with the dual defensive ball-winning midfielders in the center, I feel that we're already sort of adapting to that. Because this is where the bulk of our defense is going to happen, is basically 4 players getting ready to do that and counter that 3-player push. They're not running wingers. Their fullbacks might go and like send far, you know, go ahead and do some crossing that way. I gotta think we're mostly okay. So Brophy was in last time. He's not that quick. Like, I'm wondering if, you know, we can mark you as well. Aka is a little faster. That's fine. Scott Stewart. You know, again, not super quick. We could do some aggressive closing down as well, which might not be a bad idea. I'm not going to pull my team too far out of position, perhaps. And my ball-winning midfielder is already trying to close down quickly. Send out lads without saying anything extra. Well, I'm going to say something Oh, I got to do an overall team talk before I can say something specific to someone. I'll be calm about this. Winning this tie, but it's still effectively only halftime. Yeah, don't get complacent. Okay, good. And specifically, Jamie, I mean, come on, buddy. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Seems confused. What? I don't know. Oh, well. Yeah, it is really coming down today. Really, really, really coming down. It might start to make the pitch soggy and make the middle of the pitch difficult to run some passes through there, which honestly might actually affect them more than us because they're really not playing anyone wide. We might want to encourage our players to exploit the flanks. We'll see how it goes. So they've got red and white stripes. We're still playing in our black and white stripes, which is interesting, despite the fact that we're away. Oh, it stopped raining, just like that. Big cluster in front of the net. Sauvage has no problem scooping that up. That's okay. The fans look pretty disappointed. Lots of people holding their heads. Still too early to call anything with the stats, but so far the possession's been good. All the highlights have been Hamilton, which isn't entirely thrilling. And they do have 2 shots on at this point. Well, 2 shots. 1 on target, 1 off, but still. Andy Geegan with a crazy flying tackle there. I bet you that's going to be at least a yellow. Instant red card. 11 minutes in. Instant red card. Well, hold on. We'll wait because yeah, discard because they're gonna prompt the change here regardless. Wow. Well, it's too early to pull Jamie Thomas off, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to switch Stevenson to a defensively minded, deep-lying playmaker. Like that. There we go. All we have to do is, I mean, do we go full-out defensive here? I'm worried. Like, people have commented that, oh, it leaves too much space for the other team to do something, but, I mean, what the hell, right? Most of our players have been assigned to a defensive mentality already. So it's probably fine. Ralston, Force is going to be able to keep it in, preventing the throw in, which is nice. Back to Ralston. Sends it far, far forward. Ooh, gets interrupted there. All of a sudden it feels like this is a completely different game than what we played 4 days ago. His opposition is on fire. They've come here to win. They know they have to. They've got to do some desperate plays. I think they've pushed quite far forward as well. A lot of aggression there. It's 3-0 for the shots. I mean, again, we're playing away, so things are going to be a little harder in the first place. But yeah, they do have full control of the game. They're slightly ahead on possession. Yeah, we may have to buckle down in a more aggressive way. Like, buckle down more defensively. Like, aggressive defense. Which, yeah, I know. Contain. Yeah, I mean, I think we do. I think we do actually have to go. We're going to go defensive. We're not going to go to full contain, but we will go actually. We're going to have to. I realize that we don't have a ton of fluidity there. But it's going to lower the tempo of the game. Keep some people back. I mean, we're already, like, being controlled heavily here, right? So we're going to have to just sit further back and deal with that. I'm not going to give my goalkeeper instructions to not just dump it deep. So I think it's okay. Magat clears it there. Well, although they're going to keep up the offense regardless. Okay, that goes far wide. Thank goodness for that. 25 minutes in. So almost a third of the game has been ticked through here. Stevenson getting a bit tired. And we'll be looking to probably sub off Thomas and to bring in someone to do like an attacking midfielder role. Maybe bring Stevenson up. Or we'll just put Kearney up there or something like that. An injury on the other side doesn't mean he's necessarily being subbed out. 2 minutes added time. Okay, we're holding it to a draw despite being down by 1. Forrest takes the ball away. Beautifully done. Sends it forward. Do we have a winger there ready to take it? Well, it wouldn't be a winger because Forrest would be it, but Thomas actually had gone there to challenge. And now that ball is on Thomas, he's pretty pinned in. He's going to have to send it backwards to Forrest. Forrest is going to send it over to Crawford. Center it a little bit. Crawford could center a bit more or send it forward to Forrest. No, goes back. Tony sends it far forward, but it gets interrupted. I don't even know what that was supposed to be. There wasn't anyone over there. I mean, maybe he was expecting Thomas to do a run-up. That's the guy who's slightly injured here. See how it goes going to the half. I mean, we've got 3 shots now. I mean, they've all been, like, pretty off target, but, you know, they're there. That's scary. Sauvage grabs it, and we're going to get a whistle any second now for halftime. I mean, down by 1. 11 minutes in, and we're down by 1. I am pleased. You know, like, keep it up. Stay on defense. Energy levels are halfway decent for now. We'll do some more subs soon. Devlin. Hey, it's another Devlin. I wonder if they're related to Nikki. Nikki who couldn't play. Oh, actually, I think Nikki could have played today. Would have been nice to run our captain in our very final match. He couldn't play in the last match because he'd hit a yellow card limit, I think. But he could have played this one. Brought him in for the last game of the season. Crawford gets the ball out of there. Ooh, who's that? Crawford again taking the ball away, sending it far, far forward. Just clearing it. When you're defensively minded, there's going to be a lot of these. I'm just going to have to clear it. And yes, we're giving up possession, but we just need to get the ball out of here rather than get tackled out. And, you know, that might not be good. Maybe it's opening up more offensive play, but I don't know, man. So far, so good. So far, the plan is working. If it comes out to a 0-0 draw here, it's still a huge win for us. Thomas, like, ran the ball backwards a whole bunch, which is interesting. You know, we did give up possession again there. And there's going to be a lot of that with this defensive mentality. Ball in front. Seaborn does get his head on it, but goes way too high. Sam Seaboard, now congressman from California. Alan Forrest, can you win that race? You are speedy. You're 3 inches tall, but very fast. You get it up to Jamie Thomas. Jamie's all alone. He's got no one. He's just surrounded by red shirts. Does finally send it back to Alan Forrest, who's probably going to have to... Ooh, maybe you can send it wide. Nope, does take a far shot. Totally okay with that. That's perfectly fine. We have no specific instructions to work ball into the box or anything. Nope, that's good. That is fine. A free kick there. Yellow card onto the opposition. They've got a corner kick here. Savage with a big diving save there. That was actually really dangerous because there was another red shirt right by the net. Energy levels continue to be okay. Although, the sooner we probably sub out Thomas, probably the better. Not that Thomas has been playing badly at all. But it's just a challenge to get it up to him. And he's not comfortable playing an attacking midfielder position. I think it'd be a bad idea to just pull back on there. And having a little bit more density in the midfield wouldn't be bad. Excellent. Okay, you know what? I will go ahead and do that now. So, we're going to be doing that. And yeah, I'll just be bringing... You know what? I will put Stevenson up front. And I'll put Paul Kearney. Or Gary Fraser. Who's apparently quite happy playing as a deep line playmaker. Which I think is still something that we would definitely want here. Alright, I like it. Done. Go. We can still sub out then Paul Kearney for Ryan Stevenson a little bit later. Yeah, see, I don't think we need someone quite that far back. I mean, it does mean that probably the defense people might be able to move a little further forward and they might get involved in a bit more play. We're giving up some more territory, but I think it's alright. There's our substitution. If we decide we want a striker, we always could move someone else up there. Another yellow card for the opposition. Savage sends it deep. Looks like Forrest... Well, no, he can't possibly win the header. Tony Ralston tries again, but again, Forrest can't possibly win that header. Brophy's going to fail to get it centered. Crawford... Ooh, I'm surprised they're not dumping it out a little bit faster there. Forrest, nicely alone, is able to... Oh, almost control the ball over there. Darn shame. It does get centered, then goes wide. It's going to be a throw-in for Hamilton over here. With 30 minutes left of regular time. And we're still up by 2. And I think, like, even if they score... Like, if it ends up 0-0, it's still... We're not going to go to extra time or anything like that, because we're ahead on aggregate. And as long as they don't score twice... Alright, Stevenson getting pretty winded here. I think we're going to go ahead and do the sub now. Bring in Paul Kearney up front. That's going to be fine. Is there a role you're more happy with? You know what? That's fine. Supporting minded instead of attacking minded is going to be okay. I mean, someone's going to take a shot at some point when they see the opportunity. We only have one person behind Stewart here, and he's got a little bit of help. Okay, no, good. Plenty of people have gotten in there. We've delayed, hopefully enough. Lammy keeps the ball away from a very dangerous scoring opportunity. Then he goes wide, and we get a goal kick. We only have 4 shots on. They've had 15, but haven't been able to deliver. We are holding them back pretty well. I think there's no reason not to do another substitution over here. And I think we're going to bring in Tom Flanagan on the defense. He's very comfortable playing as the full center, defensive center here. In fact, we apparently have a promise to do that as well. It's his favorite position. And I think it's a good idea. I mean, he's got plenty of sharpness. He shouldn't be prone to any mistakes or anything like that. And another pair of fresh legs in the back. Or fresh head, perhaps. He's relatively decent at headers, if I recall correctly. I think we interrupted that pass. They are still on the offense. 14 minutes left to go. Probably about 16 minutes in practice of play here. Again, we could give up 1. Giving up 2 would be bad. Oh, LeBaron almost takes the ball away there. Not quite, but we are still making it hard for them to score. Whoa! That was less than great. It is going to open up to a corner. It's too bad Sauvage couldn't just hold on to this. If there's a score here after that, that would be a very disappointing outcome. Sauvage just captures it now. That's lovely. Very, 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 very good. Okay, we've done all our subs, so we can't do another one. It's nearly over. And we're on the offense over here, which is kind of amazing. Could you imagine we score? Frazier just loses the ball and then kind of stands there. I think it's part of the simulation. The animation didn't necessarily represent what was going on with that little exchange, as I'm sure that what happened there. So once again, Hamilton on the offense. A shot from very far away that Sauvage does have to deflect over, which is going to lead to another corner. Man, there's no stands over here at all. What, there's only, like, fans watching from one side? Sauvage just holds on to it. Beautiful, beautiful. Waste time. It's not going to happen to this play, but it's all we're looking for. 2 minutes at a time. Oh my god. 10 seconds to the whistle. We are going to do it. We are going to do it. We are going to frickin' do it, you guys. Holy crap. Holy crap. That is full time. It is full time. And we are 2 points ahead on aggregate over here. We can, like, just party. What are we talking about? We just, like, a very nice victory. We're just popping champagne at this point. Given the lack of discipline, Gigan will be... I don't care. These things happen. Leave me alone. I don't really care anymore. Unless I've mistaken something... Oh, 2 achievements. You're up and unstoppable force. Your up is we get promoted... And what is unstoppable force? I gotta open up the actual... Hang on a sec. Unstoppable force is what? Oh, it doesn't show me in this pop-up. What is it? Your team scored the most league goals over an entire season. Really? Really? Where did you find out about that? First leg triumph helps Ayr past Hamilton. You're damn right. Ayr have won promotion to the Ladbrokes Premiership. We're gonna 3-match ban for Andy over here. Listen, we're gonna fine him 2 weeks' wages. We fined him a little bit last time, and we're gonna fine him again. He's maybe a little upset here. People have been spotted. Yes. Bonus payoff. So we got another 220K. For finishing runners-up. Oh, that's the same message as before. Yeah, that's the same message as before. I don't think we got extra money. Maybe we just didn't get it actually given to us yet. Have set initial wage budget of the company between 28K per week. So we have and low transfer budget. I don't think that's triggered all of our new transfer budget yet. I don't think. 18 leads Ayr to promotion. Undoubtedly one of the best managers around and desperately hoping that he stays for the club for years to come. We're definitely going to have to talk with the YouTube fan base as well in terms of what our plans for the future are. It is August in real life. In November, Football Manager 2018 comes out, so we do have to keep that in mind. It does take a long time to play a season of Football Manager. Do we want to do more Ayr? I don't know. There might also be a pause. Ayr delighted at unexpected promotion. Was it unexpected? Really? Well, yeah, it was, actually. That second round, or from our point of view, the first round, was exceptionally difficult. The cup review. Andy feels the fine was unfair. You know what? He's unhappy with his fine. Have a chat with him. And he's difficult to talk to right now. He's no longer concerned about being fined. Good. I mean, dude, like, what the hell, man? That's 2 times now in this season that you throw a wicked tackle that gets you red carded, like, early in the match, if I recall, both times, too. Like, give me a break. And it was really not necessary in that one. We had a huge lead. We just had to play safe. What he did is make it very, very much more likely that we could have been scored on 2 or even 3 times by being down someone. But so if I continue here, at some point, I think there'll be some more little news messages. So let's keep going here. 12 messages over here. Fraser named as Player of the Year. Scottish Championship Player of the Year, Gary Fraser over here. Only 7 goals. Only 7 goals, right? So far from our top goal scorer, but a huge average rating. And I think he connected a lot with his passes as well. I don't know if there's an overall good way to find out, you know, exactly where all his stats would be and things. I mean, we could take a look at like just the just some of the squad stats for different things. I mean, there's a bunch of different general play. There's not a pass completion percentage, although it's pass completion. Who's completed the most passes for us? Gary Fraser. It doesn't say anything about his percentage, and I mean he's plays a lot. So that's part of it. Oh, so also we can sort by mistakes. Calum Crane made the most mistakes. Andy Gigan second. Gary Fraser third. But again, I think that's a factor of having played a huge amount. Goal attempts? So in terms of actual goals, Jamie Thomas scored the most. Craig McGuffey coming in second, despite not playing as much. Then Vincent, then Gary, then Ryan. I mean, again, I like our goals are pretty spread out. We've got a lot of threats from all over the place. I've talked about that before, and I think that's quite good. What's under discipline here? Appearance, tackles, fouls made. Andy Gigan, not a surprise. First tops in number of fouls. He's actually not tops in tackle attempts. Calum Crane has the most tackle attempts, and has completed the most tackles as well, and has very few fouls overall. Calum Crane is a fantastic player on the team. We're happy to have him. Air players named in Team of the Year. We have 2 players, Gary Fraser and Daryl McGatt, named in the Team of the Year, in the championship team. I would have loved to see a little bit more, but it's okay. Players inducted into Air overall Best 11 squad. Oh, this would be our Best 11 of the year over here. End of season awards. Fans Player of the Season. Gary Fraser coming in number 1. You know, like, we don't give him that much attention. And yet, goal of the season was versus Dundee early in the season in October. Let's revisit this. Gary Fraser, achievement unlocked, armchair expert. Okay. What would that be? Loading. Neat. There's Fraser. That's okay. I mean, good distance and perfectly placed. Don't get me wrong, but what was it? Oh yeah, armchair expert. You have watched match goals/highlights in the pop-up viewer. Oh, that's it? Okay. Our season review, we won relegation playoff final. Scottish Cup, we lost in the 5th round. Bedford Cup, lost in the quarter final. I think we met or exceeded expectations. I think we met expectations across the way, so, you know, not stupendous. Run-up in the Championship League. Match of the season was a slim win against Kilmarnock very early on in the season. Moment to forget, a 2-0 loss against Queen of the South. Average attendance, 2,500, is, I believe, much better than in previous years. Total players used 30, which is the highest. We did try to use a lot of players. End of season team meeting. Here, we'll have the captain approach first. Poor Nicky doesn't get enough play anyway. Listen, it's been a great season. You've all done brilliantly to get us promoted. I'm going to give you all a chance next campaign, and I think you can help us to a mid-table finish. Well, I don't know about a mid-table finish, but we can avoid automatic relegation. Yeah, that's exactly the sort of relegation or the discussion I was hoping for. So everyone's really happy about that. End of season confidence update. I did remove the philosophy to play direct football, so hopefully they'll get over that now because we did not meet the philosophies. That was a leftover from the first season where I tried to play direct football and it still wouldn't satisfy them, but then I forgot to remove it. So that's not so happy. But everything else is good. So fantastic. End of season scouting report. Sure. Season injury report. Sorted by people who missed the most. Longest spell unavailable. And he gave him 2 months. Missed 2 months and then just kept racking up red cards. I don't know. Maybe he felt like he had something to prove. Yearly training summary. Most people are 50-50 between happy and content. No one's unhappy overall with the training, which is good to see. Let's go back to some finishing over there. Positioning is going to be okay. Pre-season start date to be decided. Players will report back for training on Monday, the 2nd of July. So they get a month and a half off, basically. Or we could have them show up later. But no. We'll have a long preseason. We've got a lot of work to do to prepare for the Premier League. We'll advance another day just to see if anything happens. There's a transfer window that opens soon. I think it's the 1st of June, but it might be the 1st of July, actually. Contract extensions. Oh, yes, we had a few automatic extensions because we got promotion. We've avoided tax hit. Not facing additional tax bill. Okay. Estimate is based on the club making no taxable profit. Yay. Commercial summary. Oh! We got a couple new sponsorship deal worth $400K per year. Main Kit sponsor 3-year deal worth $1.1 million, as opposed to the previous one, which is $300K. So that's huge. So yeah, sponsorships here, the annual revenue total is up. 3-year deal. I don't know if this is going forward or it's reviewing our previous one or not. Broadcast revenue is down. Yeah, I think this was the last, this is our current season. The season that just ended, and this was last season. So we did more here. We did less on broadcast revenues for some reason. I think last season we made a bunch of money in a game we had against, like, the Celtics or something like that. I don't remember. But more corporate and hospitality, more competition prize money, fair bit more. Match day commercial and retail, slightly more. Total merchandise sales for the season were $8K, with non-domestic sales amounting to $800. Club has sold a total of 364 shirts, with the following shirts selling particularly well. Thomas coming in first. Everyone wants to be a striker. Clubs in Scotland release youth players. Okay. Air training camp destination. We can choose a location. I don't know why we would choose different things, actually. At all. I don't know if there's an advantage or disadvantage to whatever. We can just stay at home for a training camp. It's fine. I don't know. It's probably cheaper. Maybe it's not as good. I have no idea. We're going to wrap this up here. I have no idea what our plans going forward will be, what the next series will be, when it will be. It's entirely possible, depending on, taking time for other series and whatnot, that we may not even get around to Football Manager before FM 2018 comes out. Especially if there's any way I can get an early preview copy, I don't know. We might start up right away. It might depend on my mood and the comments and things like that, and what my schedule is allowing. We'll have to play that one by ear. I suspect, especially since I'm about to be away traveling for another week right after recording this video, I suspect that there'll be at least a couple of weeks before we start up on Football Manager at the earliest, but it could be a couple of months things, and then we'll pick up FM 2018. I don't know. And we might try something different other than Ayr United, although, good God, what a freaking team. Next season is going to be really, 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 really hard for Ayr United, though, because the Premier League is going to be a whole other something. And we'll be back to just trying to avoid coming in 10th place for automated relegation. I want to stay in the Premier League if we can, so I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm going to have to play more Ayr United. I mean, how can I possibly change now? Thank you very much for watching this whole series, folks, and we'll see you next time.